Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So David and I decided to do a 3-day cleanse. I have a lot of notes about the 3-day water cleanse. I want to put a quick disclaimer out right now. I am not recommending that anybody do this. I would consult with your doctor before doing so, but I'm just going to give you my experience and a little bit of what David told me about his experience with the 3 days of just water, and some of the benefits that I read that made me want to try the 3-day water detox. So first I'm going to go over the benefits that I read about. So with water fasting, it promotes blood sugar control with reducing insulin resistance. So that can help with diabetes. Promotes better health by fighting inflammation. May enhance heart health by improving blood pressure and cholesterol levels. Number 4, may boost brain function and prevent neurodegenerative disorders, and increase the generation of nerve cells that help enhance cognitive function. Number 5, it aids in weight loss by limiting calorie intake and boosting metabolism. That one is very low on my list of benefits. Number 7, increases growth hormone secretion, which is vital for growth, metabolism, weight loss, and muscle growth. Number 7, could delay aging and extend longevity. And number 8, may aid in cancer prevention, increase the effectiveness of chemotherapies. Those studies were all based upon animals. So David and I decided for like our New Year's resolution, if you will, that we are going to, when we started our diet or our lifestyle change, we wanted to do a 3-day water detox, because everything that I read basically told me that's going to flush my entire system and basically reset my system as well as his when we go through this. I'm going to go through the main reasons why I wanted to do that and then give you kind of like how we were feeling throughout. I don't think I got video from all days, but what I do have I can fill you in between. So the number one reason why I wanted to do the water fast was to better help our bodies. When you go into starvation mode, if you will, your body enters a state of autophagy, which basically means your body turns against itself. I found a really cool quote, so I'm gonna that explained it. So basically, our cell membranes that hunt out scraps of dead, diseased, or worn out cells, gobbles them up and strips them apart, and then uses the resulting molecules for energy to make new cell parts. So basically, any cell in your body that is weakened, worn out, diseased, broken, mutated, anything like that, your body in the starvation mode is going to flip on itself and use those as an energy source first. And then when it gets the necessary stuff that's good, it's going to basically, when you start eating, rebuild the cells. So that's going to basically help with your immune system. So that was one of the big reasons. Number 2, it's resetting your gut. So when your body digests this food, it's using a lot of energy to digest that food, and with eating a standard Americanized diet with processed foods that come from boxes, food that comes in packages, there's a lot of grody stuff in there that's hard for our stomach to digest. So by taking this 3 days to just consume water, your body basically doesn't have to work. The only thing it needs to work is to keep you breathing and alive, but it doesn't have to digest food, so it's not wasting energy doing that. And then it also revitalizes your immune system. So I have a quote from some research. So research has found that a 3-day water fast can help revitalize the immune system on a cellular level, which would be like the autophagy, turning over your cells. Studies show that the body switches to survival mode and ends up kicking off old and damaged white blood cells to conserve energy, which I just told you. And what happens after you break your fast, the body's stem cells kick into gear and restock the immune system with a fresh batch of healthy cells. So those are the reasons why I really wanted to do the water fast. Yes, I did weigh myself at the beginning and the end just to see how much water weight I lost, but I wasn't really doing this as a let's jumpstart my weight loss. I wanted to start this lifestyle change that we're doing with a healthy body, basically. Reset our gut, get everything flushed out. Our immune system is basically redone itself by attacking the damaged cells. So we're starting afresh. And then when we broke our fast, we ate, let's see, I can't remember what all David ate, but I ate some cantaloupe, like 2 little slivers of like the store-bought cantaloupe. And then I was sipping on some beef broth. And then when I got home, David had made homemade applesauce. He didn't add any sugar. He just blended up Kyla apples and put some cinnamon in the blender and blended them up. And then I had some Kerrygold cheese. Then we stopped. Waited a little bit. Then we were still hungry, so then we decided, what the heck, let's try this. And we ate a little bit of shrimp scampi. I had like 4 shrimp. I wanted to take it really easy because I had a lot of butter and fat, so I thought it was gonna run right through me. But we felt fine. Like, my tummy didn't get upset or anything after eating that food. I did notice that when I woke up the next morning after eating, I didn't feel as good as I did the day before, which we'll get into that. But real quick, there are 3 ways to basically put yourself in, get your body to do autophagy without necessarily having to do a 3-day fast. One of them is to do a fast, but one is regular exercise is most popular to get your body into autophagy. And number 2 is fasting, which is what we did. And then from fasting, we are moving into, or David is, but I'm more like really watching my macros, moving into the keto diet. And ketosis is what you're trying to get your body into when you go on the keto diet. So you're drastically lowering your carbs and forcing your body to run off of a fat source opposed to the carbs to get its energy. And ketosis is like an autophagy hack, they say. You get a lot of the same metabolic changes and benefits of fasting without actually fasting. And then they also suggest, if you're not in, you don't think a 3-day fast is something that you're capable of doing. It does take a lot of willpower, I will say that. But you can do like intermittent fasting, where you give yourself an allotted time during the day that you're going to eat. Or they even suggest fasting just 2 days a week. Only fast like every other, not 2 days consecutive, but every other. Or like fast on a Tuesday and then fast on a Friday. Or you just give us some days in between the 2 fasts, but only fast for 2 days in a week. So moving into our experience, we started it Sunday night after we had our last meal, and we're fine. We're like, nope, we're good, we'll go ahead and start it now. 10 minutes after we said that, we said we were hungry, but we knew it's just because now we knew we couldn't eat, but we really weren't hungry, but it was our brain telling us, oh my gosh, you can't have food anymore, you're hungry, you're hungry, you're hungry. So we fought through that and went to sleep. The first actual day at work, so this is Monday, I was so hungry. All day long, all I kept thinking about was food. People around me were eating food. It all smelled very good. I also was not having coffee. I mean, we did just water only, and we could add in some salt if we start to get a headache. We could have some salt water. Then, so the first day I was starving the entire time. I resorted to smelling an M&M, and then my mouth would just like salivate, but it gave me enough, like, I smell it, okay, I'm good. So I then made the mistake of going to the grocery store and picked up some like bone broth and some cheeses and stuff for I could have after I broke the fast, but it probably wasn't the best thing to go and do on the first day, but I wanted to get some more movement in because they suggest not really working out at all. Walking is okay, or a brisk walk, but not really like working out, anything like that. So, and it's cold. So I decided to walk around the store, got me some extra steps throughout my day. So came home, still hungry. Very, very hungry. David on day 1 was like, this is easy, I'm fine, no big deal. Okay, day 2 rolls around. I'm fine. I had a little twinge of a hunger pain around 11, and then again a little bit later in the afternoon. David, on the other hand, was struggling on day 2. At his office, they brought in chocolate cakes and some gooey butter cake, and then of course it's Girl Scout season, so they had the cookie orders forums going around. He called me 2 or 3 times that day to talk about food, and he texted me about food. He called me and he sounded like very like frantic when he was explaining that the Girl Scouts have new cookies. They have a s'mores cookie and a chocolate chip caramel chip cookie, and didn't that sound good? So I had to remind him that we don't eat Girl Scout cookies. We always start our diet the day after his birthday. On the 5th of January is when we start, and so we don't get to enjoy Girl Scout cookies. We've been doing that for about 6 years. So I suggested him go take a walk, get out of the office, walk away from the food, and just chill for a minute. Came home that night, still day 2, we're still feeling good. We're okay. Get up to go to work on day 3. Day 3, I woke up earlier. I woke up before my alarm and was like ready to go. At work, I actually was super focused. Didn't have any hunger pains. I felt great. Everybody at work told me like on day 1 and day 2 that I looked really tired. Day 3, they told me that like I looked tired, but I seemed more alive, if you will. I mentioned to one of our managers that I only had like 6 more hours to go and I would get to eat, and then she made the comment like, oh, so that's something going on why you haven't been talkative, why you've been very quiet and secluded to just your desk. But I wasn't crabby, I wasn't mean. Everybody in my surrounding area knew what I was doing. I told them if I got snappy or whatnot to, tell me. And I don't think I had any problems. I wasn't mean. I was just very quiet and kind of just wanted to stay in my own little bubble. So then we break the fast, and I told you what we broke the fast with. And then we woke up that day after day 3 of no eating, and David felt more sluggish, but I did feel kind of like, oh, okay, like I don't feel as good as I did the day before. But overall, this was a very good 3 days. It taught me like how much willpower I actually have. It taught me that I can go quite a while without food. It also helped me realize what true hunger pains felt like. Because like I said, that first day, 10-15 minutes after we said we were done eating for like the next 3 days, I immediately got hungry. I wasn't really hungry because I had just eaten an hour before. I wasn't hungry. So it taught me my hunger cues of when I'm really hungry. So now I know the difference between, oh, I'm bored, I can eat, or I'm stressed, I'm gonna eat, because those will still come up as like, oh, I'm hungry, I could eat, I'm hungry. But now I know my true hunger pains, so that's good. And then David and I decided that I think we're gonna do this like every quarter, so like every 3 months, just to reset. I may implement, I think he's gonna implement the intermittent fasting, so he may not have to do the 3-day cleanse. He probably still will want to. And I might try, because intermittent fasting is harder for me because of my work schedule, and I like coffee. David's not a coffee drinker, so he doesn't need coffee to get his day going. I know I don't need it, but it helps. So instead of doing the intermittent fasting where I wouldn't be able to have my coffee till like noon, which kind of defeats the purpose of the coffee, I think I may implement like the 2-day fast a week, but I'm going to do some more research on that before I dive into that. So for now, I think I'm just going to stick to every quarter doing the 3-day cleanse. But yeah, that's what I thought of the cleanse. I thought it was great. What you may be wanting to know, and keep in mind when you do the water cleanse, you are losing primarily all water weight. You are getting into the autophagy where it's going to go after your fat cells and the abnormal cells, but primarily all of the weight that you lose is water weight. I made the comment that if I could just keep 2 of the pounds off that I lost during the 3-day cleanse, if I could keep 2 off, I would be happy, because in those 3 days I had dropped 10 pounds. It mainly felt like it came from my stomach, which would make sense, because carbs and our American diet bloat you. And with the 3-day water cleanse, you're drinking just water, so all that bloat and all that water retention goes away. So I mainly saw a difference in my stomach. I measured myself a few days before we started the water cleanse, and then I measured myself on day 3 before I ate anything, before we broke the fast, and I had lost an inch off of my waist. So that was like, all right, the waist is the hardest part to lose, so I'll take it. But yeah, I lost 10 pounds during the 3 days. It's been a week because it's Sunday now, and I have kept 6 of the 10 pounds off, so I feel like that's good. But I also went from the water fast straight into a keto diet, so I'm still keeping my carbs very, very low. I am restricting calories too because I'm wanting to lose weight. There is a stigma or a rumor around the keto diet that as long as you're eating keto, you don't have to count calories, which that makes no sense whatsoever. I've heard that with paleo too, that you don't have to count your calories, but you gotta count calories if you're wanting to lose weight. Regardless of what diet you're doing, you're gonna have to like keep track of your calories or go into a calorie deficit. So that's what we're doing. So I have done the 3-day water fast. I'm now going into the keto diet, and I'm restricting my calories, and I am down 6 pounds in a week. I do not recommend trying to lose 6 pounds in a week. I have my calorie deficit made where I would lose like a pound a week. I'm not trying to do anything drastic, crazy over like a long period. Like I want it as a long period of time, like long progress. Because I feel like if you drop a whole bunch, then you're like, oh, I can cheat. I can have that ice cream because I lost 6 pounds last week. So I want to keep it very slow and steady. Slow and steady. And like I said, I don't know if it was a previous video or not, but I've told some of my friends, like, I'm not focused on the number on the scale. Yes, I'm eating at a deficit to lose weight because I want to tone up my body, and I want this year to be able to comfortably wear a swimsuit. I don't think that's too much to ask. So I'm mainly focused on slimming and toning. Even toning I don't think is a real word when it comes to like actually what you're doing to your body. So I want to slim and sculpt and build some muscle, but I don't want to be like she beast. So I don't want to be skinny fat either. I want some muscle tone. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, that is how our 3-day water detox went. There'll be more videos like this coming up. Like I said, we're going to do it every quarter, I believe. So I will let you know next time we do it. And I will keep you posted on different things that I find, or different things that I try, I should say. So please don't forget to subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you next time. Bye.